Do you think obesity is a choice or a necessity? If given options, do you think people will make the right one? Well, let's find out. Located in the vast Pacific Ocean, the country of Nauru stands as a paradoxical symbol of isolation, prosperity decline, and resilience. This tiny island nation, covering just 21 square kilometers, is one of the world's smallest countries, but carries a rich and often tumultuous history. From its days of wealth driven by phosphate mining to its current struggles with obesity, smoking, and identity, Nauru's story is one of both resilience and vulnerability. Home to around 10,000 residents, Nauru is a melting pot of indigenous Nauruans and other Pacific Islanders. Despite its small population, the island is incredibly diverse. The indigenous Nauruans, believed to have lived on the island for 3,000 years, are descended from a blend of Micronesian, Polynesian, and Melanesian ancestry. Over the years, outsiders, mainly from nearby Pacific islands, arrived, adding to the island's cultural tapestry. Yet, life on Nauru remains deeply intertwined with tradition. Family and community bonds are paramount, and the island's social fabric is built around close-knit relationships that have endured for generations. But the smallness of Nauru has presented its challenges. With limited space and resources, the country faces significant obstacles in supporting its population. The island has seen waves of migration, and Nauru's future depends in part on how its government navigates these demographic shifts. One of the most pressing challenges confronting Nauru today is its alarming rate of obesity. With more than 60% of the population considered obese, Nauru has the highest obesity rate in the world. The origins of this crisis are complex and rooted in the island's unique history. Culturally, Nauru is a fascinating blend of ancient traditions and modern influences. Despite the country's small size, it has a rich and diverse heritage. The traditional Nauruan way of life, centered around fishing and agriculture, has largely given way to modern conveniences, but elements of the past remain deeply rooted in the island's identity. Religion plays a significant role in the daily lives of Naurans. Christianity is the dominant faith introduced by European missionaries in the late 19th century. Today, two Christian denominations, Nauru, Congregational Church, and Roman Catholicism, are most prominent. Church attendance is high, and religious festivals are key events in the national calendar. Christianity has blended with indigenous traditions to form a unique cultural identity that is both deeply spiritual and reflective of Nauru's colonial past. Yet the challenges of modernity are ever present. The rise of Western culture, driven by media and globalization, has led to a gradual shift in values, particularly among the younger generation. This tension between preserving traditional customs and embracing modernity is an ongoing conversation in Nauruan society. During the height of the phosphate mining boom in the 1960s and 70s, Nauru was one of the wealthiest countries in the world on a per capita basis, but the rapid influx of wealth led to lifestyle changes that have had enduring consequences. Traditional diets, which included fish, coconuts, and other locally sourced food, gave way to imported processed foods rich in sugar, salt, and fat. With limited physical activity and a growing reliance on imported goods, rates of diabetes and heart disease skyrocketed. In addition to all of these, agriculture became a very difficult endeavor as the mining of these minerals left the land depleted and too acidic to support the growth of crops. Today, the government faces an uphill battle in reversing these trends. Efforts to promote healthier diets and more active lifestyles are underway, but they face significant cultural and logistical barriers. Fresh, healthy food is expensive, and the island's infrastructure offers few opportunities for exercise. Nauru's obesity crisis is not just a health issue, it is a reflection of the island's deeper struggle with modernity and change. In addition to obesity, Nauru faces another major public health challenge, which is smoking. Nearly 50% of the population smokes regularly, making Nauru one of the most cigarette-addicted nations in the world. Tobacco has a long history in Nauru, and smoking is deeply embedded in the culture. It is not uncommon to see people of all ages smoking. Natives as young as 15 take to smoking, and cigarettes are readily available and very affordable and cheap. Despite global efforts to reduce smoking rates, Anti-tobacco campaigns have struggled to gain traction on the island. High rates of lung disease and other smoking-related illnesses are placing a significant burden on Nauru's already fragile healthcare system. Nauru also has little to almost no encounter with international travelers, even though the country has a rich history and an amazing culture that could be dated to about 3,000 years. This is due to the fact of its geographical location, as it is located in the far remote Pacific Ocean, and reaching such a destination can be both time-consuming and expensive, discouraging potential visitors. In our increasingly connected world, there are still places that, despite their existence on the map, remain relatively obscure. These are the under-visited nation countries that attract little tourism and are often overlooked in the media, and in some cases, face unique socioeconomic challenges. In addition, under-visited nations often lack the infrastructure to support a thriving tourism industry. Airports may be small or underdeveloped, and there may be limited accommodation options or tourist services. In Nauru's case, there are few hotels, and most visitors are government officials, aid workers, or people connected to the Refugee Processing Center. And Nauru has a total of just 5 schools, 4 primary schools, and 1 secondary school, which is a very low number for a country. Political instability or strict visa requirements can also deter tourism. Some undervisited countries are perceived as dangerous or difficult to access, making them less appealing to international travelers. Nauru's government plays a pivotal role in shaping the country's future, particularly as it grapples with issues of health, economic decline, and international isolation. The collapse of phosphate mining in the 1980s left the country economically crippled. Once one of the richest nations, Nauru is now heavily reliant on foreign aid, particularly from Australia. One of the most controversial aspects of Nauru's economy today is its role in housing Australia's offshore refugee processing centers. These centers have been a source of income for Nauru, providing jobs and revenue in an otherwise stagnant economy. However, they have also drawn criticism for the inhumane conditions in which refugees are housed. The government has been placed in a difficult position, relying on this controversial industry for survival while facing growing international scrutiny. Domestically, Nauru's government faces significant challenges in addressing the island's health crises. Efforts to combat obesity and smoking have been slow to take hold, and the healthcare system is under severe strain. While there have been initiatives to promote healthy living, such as improving access to healthcare and launching public awareness campaigns, these efforts are often hampered by a lack of resources. The government is also working to diversify Nauru's economy, with tourism emerging as a potential area of growth. Despite its isolation, Nauru has a unique appeal for travelers seeking off-the-beaten-path destinations. However, developing the necessary infrastructure and promoting the island as a tourist destination will require significant investment in long-term planning. Nauru is a nation defined by paradoxes. Once a symbol of immense wealth, the island now grapples with economic decline, health crises, and international isolation. But through it all, the people of Nauru have shown resilience and a determination to navigate their future. The obesity and smoking crises are daunting challenges, but they are not insurmountable. With concerted effort and international support, Nauru can address these issues while also preserving its unique cultural heritage. The government faces a difficult task in balancing the demands of modernity with the need to protect the island's identity. However, Nauru's story is far from over, and with the right approach, this tiny island nation may yet overcome its challenges and thrive in the 21st century. So when asked the same question again, what will your response be? Do you think obesity is a choice or a necessity? Let us know in the comments. And also watch out for the next video we will be publishing, and let me know which countries you'd want me to talk and make a video about.